Before I get into today, let me start off by saying there might be a bit of a trigger around sexual trauma, so make sure that you're in a really good space to watch this. So when we're trying to get pregnant, it can become all about just that, and we forget to actually enjoy the process and enjoy having sex. Now, I'm going to give you 2 biological reasons today for why that is actually detrimental to your fertility in a lot of ways. So, first of all, is that when your vagina and your heart aren't open and ready to receive, it's going to create a stress response in the body if something suddenly enters into you and you're not really wanting that to happen. You're just doing it because you feel like you have to, and it's a bit of a chore. So it's important to understand that that stress response is going to create cortisol levels in the body, which are a little bit higher than we want them to be, because that cortisol rising actually has a detrimental effect on your sex hormones being able to be produced or do their thing as well as they'd like to do it. So that's one reason. It kind of stresses the body out and it messes with our hormones. Now, the second reason is that when the vagina isn't relaxed and wanting to be entered, it's going to be really tight and the muscles aren't ready to release. And then you're adding something into that area. And obviously the process of sex is going to kind of create a lot of tension in a muscle that's not relaxed. So this is a problem because we really need the blood to be flowing really well in this area. And also, ultimately, if you do become pregnant, this area is going to have to stretch very big quite quickly. So it's really important that the muscles all in your yoni, your reproductive system, are all feeling nice and relaxed and ready for sex. So that's 2 biological reasons, but I'd also like to offer a bonus energetic reason for why it's important to really enjoy the process of sex and lovemaking when you're trying to conceive a baby. And I'll do this by asking a rhetorical question. Would you prefer that you personally were conceived in a loving environment where there was love and passion and enjoyment? Or would you prefer to be conceived in an environment where something was being done as a chore or out of desperation or just this feeling of like, ugh, I have to do this? And how do you think that that would affect the energy of your creation? So that may sound a bit woo-woo, but I think most people would pick the first option. And we've got to ask ourselves why that is. If it is woo-woo and it doesn't matter and energy is just this vague thing, then why would we all prefer to be conceived in a loving environment? So I'll leave that one with you to ponder. And that is everything really. So if you found this interesting and you'd like to share it around, I'd really appreciate that. Drop me some thoughts in the comments, maybe answer that question in the comments as well, and obviously give it a like as well. So thank you so much, and I will see you next week.